Hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Welcome everybody today. I want to talk about something. I wasn't going to bring it up, but I decided I'm going to do it because, believe it or not, I'm getting a lot of emails and comments and a lot of things on my Facebook page, questions about Mr. Mike Casson. That my Philippine journey just passed. And the things... And Bud Brown just did a video yesterday. He did one about 2 hours ago, which is a good friend of mine. And I just wanted to kind of agree with Bud and what he's talking about. This is something that we all hate talking about. What would happen if something happens to you here in the Philippines? So people are saying, hey Tom, I want to donate a little money, and how do I do it? Well, Rose, his girlfriend, actually put a video up today on donations. I will have the information on the end of this video, so you can actually link on her bank and banking info. It's China Bank. But talking about this is kind of hard. I agree with Bud Brown. How do you talk about something like that? So say for instance something happens to you here in the Philippines and you are dependent upon someone, and the people sometimes will say, oh, they're begging for money, or someone is saying, oh, that it's another begging situation. Here's something that I want to say about that. Back in the day when Mike started doing his videos and he got sick, people say, well, he took advantage of me, this, that, and other. But here's something I want to say about that. You don't have to give the money. When you give money out, people always put emotions attached to the money. If you're not willing to give it money freely, don't give the money. And the reason I'm saying this is because so many haters actually came onto my channel the other day on our live stream, and we're talking about that with Mr. Mike and my Philippine journey and what he did, and they thought it was bad because he felt like they took advantage of him. And I understand that. He did not furnish the receipts. Did not furnish that, and I told him later on. I just talked to him 4 days ago on an email. So that's the thing. Back in the day, I told him straight up, you should have put receipts when you went to the doctor, what they cost, all this, that, and other, what money was donated. Actually, you should have done a video on who was donated the money and go on. If they didn't want to be, just put anonymous on it. Anonymous. Put their initial. Anonymous. And what happens when somebody passes like that? Now, Rose is looking for $700 US to cremate Mike. Well, if somebody wants to give, they give. If somebody don't want to give, don't give. It really goes to the fact is that if you have it and you want to share it and you want to pay it forward, pay it forward. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Nobody is saying that. And the reason I'm doing this video is I literally just yesterday and today have received, Ruth and I counted them, 150, 200 emails. A third was just pure hate. There's no sense for that. If someone hates, just don't say. Just hate and don't do, right? But people do that. I call them armchair critics. And I'll probably get beat on this one. I will not turn off my comments on this one. If someone wants to comment. It's okay. All of us have problems. Nobody is perfect in life, and all of us have problems. All of us make decisions in our life that's not good. Some make decisions that's bad. Some told me that there's no way in the world you're going to find a Filipino and come to the Philippines, and why are you doing that? It's third world country. And yet there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people that live here all throughout the world and living here fine. But it's not for everybody. This place is not for everybody. It's okay for some, not for all. And what I mean by that is it's too hot. It's a lot of headaches. When you go to do something, plan to do it all day. But you know what? That's life. And yes, you have to expect it because you're in a different country. That's your culture. And it's okay. I expect that. But a lot of people don't understand it. They don't understand it's hot. They don't understand that they come here and they can't get things done the way they want to do it. They understand when they start to go buying building materials, it's the same cost that they bought in USA. And yes, it is. My friend wanted to go buy a chiller for his restaurant. The chiller in US, you can buy this chiller, a two-door chiller, for $800. Here in the Philippines, the chiller costs $1,100. He can actually order it on eBay and have it delivered here from China, cheaper. They can buy it directly across town. So there's a lot of things too by living here. You just have to go with the flow and just kind of go with the flow. But with Mike, I just want to say this, that some of the last couple of times I talked to him, I asked him, are you feeling good? It seems like you're not feeling good. He's a good friend, you know, and I want to say he's a good friend. He was the go-to guy that I talked to. He's one of the original vloggers that I talked to back 5 years ago, 6 years ago. When he first came here to the Philippines, he actually did a couple of videos. It was a couple of short videos, him going to the mountain, this, that, and other, meeting a girl or something. And so that's where I first made contact with him. He didn't contact back, this, that, and other, but eventually we started exchanging emails. And yes, he told me what to expect here in the Philippines. He told me what I needed to bring, what as far as money, this is what you expect. This is what's going to happen when you go to the Bureau of Immigration office. This is exactly what's going to happen when you, you know, drive around the Philippines, and this is what's going to cost you to live. And when I did that, I said to myself, I said, well, this seems like a really good guy to take his time out to actually tell me all the information that he did and spend the extra 20 minutes or 30 minutes of his time to write when he had many, many, many hundreds of thousands of subscribers. So it told me a little bit about the guy, and ever since then we were friends and been friends. So I'm going to miss him as a good friend. I know that a lot of other people are going to miss him as a good friend. A lot of people did not like him because they feel like that he took advantage of them by taking the money. Did he? I don't know. You know, I'm not there. I don't have his bank account. I don't have information. But I do know he was a good guy. In my heart, I feel like he was a good guy. His intention was never to do harm to anybody, and his plan was not to do harm. He's helped many people. I don't know if you guys go back through his videos, look at his videos of the people he's helped. You know, there's many people he's helped. People that are sick, in the hospital, that needed help, needed money to get back to the States. He helped many people that are, the guy at McDonald's. I don't know if you guys remember that video where he helped the guy at McDonald's. So you know what, I'm just going to say I agree with Bud Brown. And the reason I'm doing this video is because some of the guys were saying some bad comments about him. I just want to say that for me personally, he's a good guy. And I cannot say anything bad about Mr. Mike. Mr. Mike has always been good to Mr. Tom. I don't know about anybody else. I stand behind him because I'm old school. I'll stand behind the guy. He's got a good heart. He helped me. I'm going to help him until that day, whenever it happens that I feel like that he did me wrong or hurt me in a fashion that we cannot talk about it. This is the day I can go straight to him. But he was always the guy. He would be on my live streams. He would not say anything on my live streams. But after the live stream is over, and he would say, that gentleman that came on today, that guy, where is he from, and what's he going to do, and what's his intention? And I said, well, I really don't know that guy, Mr. Mike. He goes, well, I know that guy from years ago. He's a troll. And he said, I had quite a few of those trolls, but he would tell me. He would tell me because he's been around the block and he would love watching the streams. And he said watch the streams because it gave him excitement. He would love to sit there and say, hey, Tom, what about this guy? Why did he say that? You're on for 2 hours and you had one guy, this guy, and I'm not even going to say his name, but anyway, this guy was coming in and he's fighting you. He remembers all the trolls. For an example, on the live stream the other day, we had, I don't know, probably 30, 40 trolls on the channel. 30, 40 trolls of people just coming on and saying the negativity against someone like Mike. I'm going to leave the comments. I'm going to let them run. If it gets too horrible, I'll turn them off. Because you know what? everybody has their opinions, right? My opinion, Mr. Mike, is my Philippine journey. Mr. Mike C is a good guy. So I'm doing this video because Bud did it, and I'm going to actually put a link to Rose's bank account on the channel so you guys can check it out. The last conversation, I will close with this. The last conversation I had with Mr. Mike was this. He says to me, he says, Tom, when you get up here where I live, which I'm planning to get up there sometime next year, he's actually coming to meet and greet, which I have a meet and greet coming. But he said, I want you to come up, and he said, I want to take you around. I want to introduce you to some of the people that I have, some friends of mine up here. He said, I want you to spend 2 or 3 days up here. And so that was our plan. That was our plan, to come up there and spend 2 or 3 days with him and Rose, and just actually just kind of go around and have a good time. He was actually coming in April. I had him set to come in April to come my meet and greet, and hopefully his wonderful wife and kids can come. I don't know if they can or not. His girlfriend, it's actually not his wife, his girlfriend, can come. I don't know if they can or not, but they're invited. But I'm going to miss him. And yes, did I talk to him every day? No. There's sometimes I talk to him 10 times a day for 5 days or 10 days. Then I wouldn't talk to him for a month. But that's the way Mike was. He had other things going on in his life. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Please share. I want to thank all my valuable subscribers for always watching our channel. God bless.